I'm so scared. This is not Survivor. This is Gardener, where you have to survive being a gardener with your father, a landscaper. A person who's doing what a 10-year-old can do even when they're about 7 years old. 70, really old, still doing it hard. Welcome to the Gardener. Not to be confused with the garden. Not to be confused with the office. Here, we must survive. And you must survive too if you want to join. If you want to be a part of this, man, you want to be a part of this old house. You want to go build me a house, build me an ant farm. You want to go do this and be the American top gardener, the next top model gardening gobbler, green goblin. Oh, I love being the green. Yo, this is Gardener, starring Oatmeal Joey Arnold. Hello, I'm Oatmeal Joey Arnold. Hello, everybody. I'm not a cool kid anymore. I'm Oatmeal Joey Arnold. And in my garden, oh yes, I have a wonderful garden. And in my garden, I build myself a garden, and I plant myself some oatmeal. And Martha's like, don't build oatmeal. Don't plant oatmeal. And now I'm like, Martha, go back to jail. You first. No, you first. I was never really there. I was there, but not long enough. I wasn't there for the right reason. Just because I interrupted a phone call. Hey, she was drunk. Mind your business. Mind your business. I'm Oatmeal. I'm gonna grow some oatmeal because I like to oat my oats. I like to oat my oats as hard as I can. Make it harder. The oatmeal. Plant. I wanna plant all of it as much as I can because I'm America's next top gardener. Are you sure is that really what you want to do? I'm positive that's really what I want to do. Are you sure that's what you really want to do? You really want to do that? I really think. Oh, I've been talking to myself for a while, and I was like, well, is this really what you want to do? And I was like, yeah, this is really what I want to do. I see dead people. You see what did you say? I see. I'm like looking for the zombies, and some of the zombies are like dead. And they tell me, hey, are you the one that dead? Are you the one that dead, the deadest dead ever? Are you really the one that's dead? Are you the one bending the spoon? Are you the master key maker? Master code breaker? Can you help me make my garden grow? I was totally fed up with the lies that Martha Stewart was telling me, so I was like, Mr. Oatmeal, how do you make your oatmeal grow? And Mr. Oatmeal was like, well, I make my oatmeal grow with a lot of love, with a lot of sunshine, and a lot of singing. You know that you can make the world a lot better if you just sing a song, just make it into a Disney musical. You don't need to be all serious all the time. You don't have to be so serious all the time. Just sing a song. You make the rain stop. Sing a song all night long. And if you don't, I will come after you. Sing a song all night long. And if you don't, I will send my mother after you. You're gonna send my mother after myself? That's why they call me Oatmeal. That's why you're called Oatmeal? And that's why they call him Oatmeal. Because he sends his mother after you. Are you really sure that's what you do? I really don't think you do that. I'm positive I do that. I'm gonna send Lucille after you if you ever disrespecting my oatmeal. Well, I'm not really sure if your oatmeal is real. You know my oatmeal is real. Why would I lie about my oatmeal? We're gonna make the world greener, one oatmeal at a time. Why would I lie about that when you'll see the most greatest fight in the world? Why would I lie about that? Why? Maybe to sell more oatmeal. Ooh, that might be. But I'll tell you, coming this fall, or this spring, or this summer, someday in the future, gardener, not to be confused with survivor, where you will see the most and greatest fighting in the world. People stinging and stumbling and sword fighting and doubling and dabbling, fire and swords and chaos all around. Epic. Epic. Beyond all imagination. And the rain stopped. And the ark landed on the big mountain. And all the animals came out. And they're like, wow, we survived. The gardener. Mr. Gardener Noah Oatmeal Man. We enjoyed your gardening ark for like almost a year. Or was it more than a year? Probably less than a year. But man, it was incredible. We wouldn't have anything anywhere close to that if it wasn't for you and your mad cow skills. Mad cow skills. I thought I was going to say disease, but I said skills. Why? Because I can. Because I want to. Because if I don't, I will forget that there were any skills, because it comes totally natural. And I don't really think about it that much because I don't really have time to think about what I'm not. I can only think about what I am, and that's what I do. That's what I do. Are you sure that's what you do? I'm pretty sure that's what I do. How many times have you let your little oatlets down? Well, every time I let my oatmeal down, little oatlets down, I mean, like, I say, I'm sorry, little oatlets. How will I ever let your oatlets down? Who are your oatlets in? You know, my fans, my friends, my users, my students, the stranger, robbers, people hanging on the sides of the bus. Those people. Wow, do you really enjoy hanging out with those people? I enjoy it next to the next oatmeal master. I want to be the very best, like no one has ever been. Are you sure you want to be an oatmeal master? Well, my father said, you gotta be an oatmeal master. He said, oatmeal will make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. With a lot of oat coins. Oat coins, bitcoins. Get your bit out of your oat. Really? You want me to get my bit out of my oat or my oat out of my bit? I don't know, either one, it wouldn't really matter. Would it? Would it matter? Would you matter? Would you care? How much wood could an oatmeal make and eat at the same time? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if it was eating some oatmeal at the same time? What in the world would you do if a tree fell in a forest while it was eating some oatmeal? Would the oatmeal go away? Or would the tree go away? Or would the tree and the oatmeal go away into the sunset together because we're happy that none of them would have to even care about the answer to the question about a tree falling into the forest, and could somebody hear it? Would anybody care? Would anybody be listening? What if they didn't have ears? What if they didn't have any oatmeal in order to get their body up to the capacity of understanding and being able to appreciate philosophy at that level? Would it matter? Would you care? Would you care if you were not Michael Jackson, but you always wanted to, and then you walk down the street acting like, hey, I'm Michael Jackson, I'm gonna scream and yell and hope nobody thinks I'm a crazy person that needs to go to the insane asylum. Like a Penguin and a Joker in Gotham next to Batman. Yeah, that's never gonna happen. Would it happen? I don't know. You tell me. You're the star. Another show coming soon. The Gardener. Not to be confused with The Office. Dun 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 dun. Starring Oatmeal Joey Arnold and his father, Don Arnold, the town drunk that everybody knows in Forest Grove, Oregon, USA. What in the world? What are you talking about? I'm talking about the world's funniest most videos. Starring the guy that fell over the dumpster.
I'm the guy that fell over the dumpster.
The other guy that fell over the lawnmower.
I'm the guy that fell over the lawnmower.
The guy that tripped and failed over his bicycle doing a bicycle trick.
I'm the guy that fell over the bicycle.
Yeah. And starring the guy that fell off his house.
I'm the guy that fell off his house.
World's most funniest epic fail videos. Starring Bob Saget. Bob Saget. In the fullest house ever. The fullest house, this old house. We had none. Living in a shoe, living in a rock, under a shoe, under a rock. Nobody knows, nobody cares because that's what the left does. What are you doing? What can you do? What can you do? Join us. And turn on your TV because you don't have one, because you watch everything on the internet, because that's better, because you have more control. And that's what you want, and you want to be more sustainable, so you want to get solar power and all the other stuff. Because you can, it's not as expensive as you think. So, turn in, don't talk to strangers, and watch The Gardener, and watch The Garden, and not The Survivor, and not The Office. Forget about that. Don't do drugs, and do some oatmeal. Don't do drugs and do some oatmeal. Unless if oatmeal becomes a drug, and then you can't do it. Unless if it is an exception. But nobody cares about that because it's time for Howdy Doody Show. The Howdy Doody Show. The Howdy Did It Show. The how did you do it? How did you get back to America from Vietnam? That's what people are asking. Oatmeal. Stay tuned, and we'll talk about that. And if you have any other questions, let me know, and we'll talk about that in future videos. It is, for the record, Tuesday, the 19th of December, 2017. That's right. 2017, 12/19, Tuesday evening. I'm at a place in Forest Grove, close to the other place I was at. The cinnamon place that I was at yesterday, but a little bit different, so stay tuned for The Gardener and more. And you will see the most greatest fighting in the world. And you'll learn how to become a Kung Fu Panda and a Kung Fu Oatmeal.